Hi, everybody. So, I have a bunch of car ads that were published in American magazines between 1960 and 1969, and I thought we could take a look at them. And here is the first from Better Homes and Gardens, December 1960. This is for Oldsmobile, part of General Motors. Oldsmobile does not exist anymore. There's nothing like a car for enchantment, it says. The caption, which I know may be impossible to read, says the excitingly new Oldsmobile 98 Holiday sedan and the all-new F85 Deluxe four-door sedan visit Sequoia National Park, which is in California. Those are presumably the owners. Nice cars. I like this color anyway. White walls, still kind of a remnant from the 1950s. And these are 1961 models, it points out. The new 1961 Chevy Corvair. The Corvair Lakewood 700 station wagon. This is 15 years approximately. That's 14 years. Into the baby boom. Typically, the baby boom years are considered between 1946 and 1965, something like that. And this was a result of men returning from World War II and settling down and having families, and that produced the largest generation of children in the United States up to that time. And it remained that way, although the Generation Y, no, excuse me, I think it's millennials, are now larger than the baby boomers in the sense of people being born. Obviously, there's more now because many baby boomers have died, but point is that all those families that were produced from the baby boom created a demand for vehicles like station wagons and other consumer goods. And so here you have this family getting ready to go on picnic. I don't know why they're opening up the hood, but there you go, and there's the Corvair sedan. All right. Another Chevy ad. This is for the Chevy Biscayne 6, the lowest priced full-size Chevrolet. Showing off this rear side, which they are proud of. The car that makes beauty makes sense. This is 1960 as well. I am showing these in chronological order. And this is a big car, but look, it's a coupe. No rear door. Although, now that I say that, this one's obviously the whole point of it being here is that it shows that it has four doors, but this one's not. Yep, park right up next to the dock. Time to go fishing. I guess that's what he's doing. I don't see a fishing rod, unless that's a fishing rod. I'm not a fisherman. $1963. I don't have them for every year. This is just what I've got, but this is for another Corvair. Go Chevy 2 for 1963. Or 63, it's exciting. And it looks exciting. There's this Guy with his broad, enthusiastic smile and sunglasses. I like this. It says, "Oh yes, we changed the taillights so all those people you pass will know you're driving a 63." Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Making sure that people, your neighbors, understand that you have the best and the latest. If you don't have the best and the latest, then then you're a fool. That is not an attitude that has changed over the last 50 years, I think, right? Okay. Very kind of a weird ad, right? I mean, this sort of looks like Max Headroom from the mid 80s, for those of you who remember that. Very, very strange show. Well, I like this ad. Oops, I skipped a year. No. This is out of order, but too bad. This is 1966. A Rocket Action Olds, another Oldsmobile. And I think the first thing that strikes us is that this car is enormous. This is an enormous, massive car. And look, tiny mirrors. We never forget who's boss. You. And that's why we build so much extra into Jetstar 88. Now, who wouldn't want to drive a car called the Jetstar 88? Seriously. I may call my car Jetstar just for the heck of it. You notice the white walls are getting thinner as time goes on. The Rocket V8. Now, I will point out that you've got Rocket Action Olds, Jetstar. Well, what's going on? Well, what's going on is the space race, the middle of the space race in 1962, I think it was. No, it must have been 1961. President Kennedy announced the United States' intention to send a man to the moon and bring him back safely. And so the Mercury program began. Alan Shepard, the first American in space, in May 1961. Not the first man in space, that was Yuri Gagarin in April 1961. But in any event, by 1966, the space race was in full swing. And car manufacturers echoed that excitement and the power of the rockets by using the word rocket and jets. And really, that car looks like it could go to the moon, I think. I like this ad. I think it's I don't know. That's a big car. Well, that was 1966. This is, what am I doing? This is 1964. Speaking of big cars, look at that. That's fantastic. I don't know. I must have an affinity for these enormous, enormous cars. It's easy to be a weatherman in the new Cadillac. I don't know why. Oh, I see why. Because, or a weatherwoman, it says. Because it's touting the new climate control. Even humidity is under perfect control. This system, now available as an extra cost option, actually anticipates outside conditions and adjusts for them before they occur. I have to say, it's pretty sophisticated for 1964, and there is the climate control right there. You'll see the woman is driving with her gloves on. And this particular ad is targeted to women because it was published, I think, in Better Homes and Gardens. Here we have a clock, radio, and you will notice that if you can with the visibility, but this is only an AM radio. FM was not utilized at that time. But she looks very stylish, and you see these guys here. That car must be 45 feet long. That is a excellent piece of sculpture, I have to say. That's great, right? Probably not good gas mileage, but that wasn't an issue in those days. 1965. Again, I sort of like this ad too. I don't know why, but here you have another enormous car. This is for Oldsmobile, as you can see, the Delta 88. The Super Rocket V8, once again an allusion to the space race. The biggest Olds in history, that engine, 425 cubic inches, 370 horses strong. I mean, that is impressive at any time. A 425 cubic foot engine, as some of you know, is absolutely enormous. The old Mustangs with their 5.0, that translates to, I believe, a 302 cubic feet. This is 425, so I think 425 would be like what? A 6.0? Someone will tell me. But that's huge. Yeah, 40% more torque from a standing start. No wonder. I mean, that thing could pull out one of those Sequoias from the other ads. But that's her car, and for the love of all that is sacred, she's got to be taken seriously in that car. Anyone would be. It's a coupe too, right? So how do you get to the back 40 acres? But anyway, I'd own that car. (1965) again, and here you see a group of Chevys. This is the 65 Impala SS Coupe, 65 Chevelle Malibu SS Coupe, 65 Corvair Corsa Sport Coupe, and the Chevy 2 Nova SS Coupe. SS, an acronym for Super Sport. And I will point out again that you will see that women, except for that one where the guy's driving, but women are in these cars, and that's because this was originally from a Good Housekeeping magazine, a women's magazine primarily, and so it features women. And very effectively, I would say. But these are nice cars, and if someone were to find one in this kind of condition, it would certainly be worth a lot of money, I think. Especially, I think, this one, right? I like the colors. I mean, you don't really see, of course you see beige, but that's kind of a nice sand color. Again, white walls. Nice ad. Oh, look at this. 1966. I love this. Look at that. Look at that. Can you imagine what you can fit in that trunk? That is like a pickup truck. That car is absolutely, that looks like a cruise ship. I like it though. Here we have 428 cubic inch V8. That is enormous. And look at the hood. If you've ever seen a car like this in person, they're even more impressive. Cornering lights, I guess so. You know, like how do you know where you're going with that car? Front disc brakes, that is an innovation. drum brakes were standard, which are less powerful. Says here that interval selector windshield wipers. I mean, this is great. It says here 1966 Mercury courtesy car for special guests at Sun Valley Lodge, Sun Valley, Idaho. Looks like a nice place. That car is a pretty impressive machine, I must say. That is a big car. Oh my gosh, here we go. And they get bigger. 1966 again. Oh, this is a Cadillac, so we saw an ad for a Cadillac already, but here's another one. I won't go on with the size, it's obvious here, but you can see how much these cars increase their girth as we go through these. This looks like Boss Hogg's car from the Dukes of Hazzard, although that would have been from the 70s, but it still was a white Cadillac, right? Fine cars. And station wagon, a Mercury. This is from 19... I think this is still from 1966. Wait. Excuse me. That doesn't tell me. Maytag on the back. I think this is from 1966 still. Not everyone enjoys the kind of the wood facade there, but it was very popular. Have you discovered Mercury's new tailgate that turns into a door? The door that turns into a tailgate. That actually was kind of reintroduced in a vehicle, the GMC Envoy, the one where the rear retracted, XUV I believe it was, and that had a swing out or pull down tailgate, which was pretty neat, but clearly not new. I don't think anything is new. It's just a matter of it being reintroduced after decades. Well, I guess that's not true, but... And here we have 1969 Ford Country Squire. One big reason Ford's the wagon master. Yeah, well, absolutely. It's the going thing. Wood, fold out headlights. This guy honestly looks like he's strangling someone. I mean, look, it looks like he's mugging someone. Why is he hunched over looking suspicious? I don't know if that's evident there, but that's what it looks like to me. And then also the swing out, pull down door, complete with small child in the back. But this is the last one, and that concludes our car advertisements. I hope you enjoyed looking at these. I certainly did. Thanks for looking at them with me and for watching, and see you next time.